Greetings YouTubers and fellow Whovians, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review. This time I shall be taking a look at the 1985 Doctor Who story Attack of the Cybermen, starring Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor. Now, as you can gather, this story also features the Cybermen, as evident by the cover and also by the name of this story. Now, there's not that much to write home about with this story, really. It's alright. If you're a big Doctor Who fan and you like the Cybermen, however, then I guess this story is absolutely essential to become part of your Doctor Who DVD collection. Now, onto the DVD itself. We have the old BBC DVD logo, as this particular DVD came out in 2009, just before the BBC logo started to change, starting off with the Dalek War box set. And the actual cover art itself, I must say, is pretty nice. We have the Sixth Doctor, we have a crayon, which appears in the second part of this story. I'll go into that towards the end. And we have the Cyber Controller, as played by Michael Kilgareth, reprising his role, which was made famous back in 1967's The Tomb of the Cybermen. We also have a normal Cyberman, as well as what appears to be a stealth Cyberman or scout Cyberman, Cyber Scout, whatever. And we've just got some mountains or quarries, as are used a lot in Doctor Who episodes, including this one. And we just have some explosions going on in the background, and we have this logo, which you may be able to see in the background there. Can't tell what it is. I think it's just some patterns, but it's pretty good. And you've just got some stars in the background, as well as what appears to be a solar flare. And this DVD is a U, which puzzles me a bit, as this story goes down as one of the most violent stories in Doctor Who history. But who am I to argue with it? To me, I think it's fine compared to today's standards, but probably back in 1985 everyone would have thought it would have been violent. That is the spine, so very nice. And here we have the back of the DVD. And we have the usual screen grabs at the top, and then we have the info on the story. Attack of the Cybermen, starring Colin Baker, by Paula Moore. The TARDIS is lured to Earth, London, 1985, by an alien distress signal investigating. The Doctor and Peri stumble across an attempted bank robbery staged through the London sewers by a familiar foe, ex-Dalek agent Lytton. But who is he working for this time? For they soon discover there is something far nastier lurking in the sewers. Cybermen. Why do the Silver Giants need a time machine? What is the devastating plan of attack? And what does it have to do with a catastrophic event that's happened long ago in the Doctor's past? So I must agree, it's a very good plot, but like I said towards the start of the video, I said this story is not that much to write home about, because at the end of the day there's just too much stuff happening in the story, and it just gets all a bit carried away. But fair play to Paula Moore. It's an alright story, but I just feel that at times there's too much going on. So special features. There's commentary by Colin Baker, Nicola, Bryant, Terry Malloy, who played Russell, and of course, for all you wide-eyed viewers, he also played Davros in the 80s, and we also have Sarah Berger, who plays Rost, or Rost, however you say it. The Cold War. Cast and crew look back on the making of the story, featuring a writer Eric Saywood, director Matthew Robinson, continuity advisor Ian Levine, and film cameraman Godfrey Johnson. Now, my favourite special feature has to be this one, the Cyber Story, which is a brief history of the Cybermen in the classic series, and it also goes into a bit on the new series, but mainly classic series. We also have Human Cyborg, an interview with Professor Kevin Warwick, and that's all to do with the idea that one day we might become Cybermen with all these prosthetic legs and things. We also have Cyber Generations, which is another one of my favourite special features on this. I must say the special features on this are very good. Fair play to Entertain for that. A gallery of Cybermen through the history of the series, including the new series, well, up to Doomsday. I don't think it goes further than that. Might go up to Next Doctor, can't remember. You have PDF materials, radio times listings for Attack of the Cybermen and The Invasion as well, which was a Patrick Troughton story. Plus a 1969 article from The Listener, and all the rest are just usual, isolated score, trails and continuity, photo gallery, production information, subtitles, coming soon trailer, and digitally remastered picture and sound quality. This story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 5th and 12th of January 1985. It was a season premiere for season 22. Produced by John Nathan Turner, who produced Doctor Who throughout the 80s, and directed by Matthew Robinson. And the runtime for this particular DVD, just get the camera into the right angle again, seems to have slipped, sorry about that. The runtime is, just get it into focus, 88 minutes approx. The liner notes are by Stuart Sheargold, and the cover is by Clayton Hickman. And if we just have a look inside, that's how it looks inside. So it just looks a bit different to the actual cover, and that's just the same. Well, it's a bit different, but you got the same idea, really. You've got the crayon taking centre stage. Yes, the crayons are like natives of the planet Telos, which can be seen during part 2 of the story. The story is 2 parts long, both around 45 minutes, or 44 minutes, whatever, which is approximately the length of what an episode of the new series will be like today. It's more or less a 4-parter, like most of the classic series stories, but obviously with this season 22, the production decided that they would make the episodes longer, so to be less cliffhangers, but the stories are the same length. They're just 2 parts, or 3 parts if you include the 2 Doctors throughout this season. But of course, when the next season came along, which was the Trial of the Time Lord, it reverted back to a 25-minute slot, and that continued all the way until the final story of the classic series, Survival, starring Sylvester McCoy. And since then we've never had a 25-minute episode. We've just had 45-minute episodes, which is the standard when you get the odd hour or longer episodes now and again, such as in Christmas specials. Thank you very much for watching this DVD review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I would probably recommend it if you're a avid Cyberman fan. Likewise with the Sontaran experiment. If you're a fan of Sontarans, then definitely get that story. Whereas with this story, if you're a fan of Cybermen, definitely get this story. Otherwise, maybe pass, because it's not the best Cyberman story out there. There are far better stories, such as The Tomb of the Cybermen, Earthshock. I just feel that this is one of the weaker Cybermen stories, but it's alright, you know. The Sixth Doctor, played by Colin Baker, he does well, and Nicola Bryant does well as Peri, and all the supporting cast seem to do well, but I just feel, in my own personal opinion, there seem to be a lot of things happening at once, and we hardly really got the Cybermen. Plus, the Cyber Controller looked a bit silly, seeing as Michael Kilgareth put on a few pounds since he played the Cyber Controller in The Tomb of the Cybermen. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So tune in next time when I review another Doctor Who DVD. Cheerio.